That's the one!
Hello everyone, this is the best podcast we got. I'm Justin.
And I'm Steven.
And today we're talking about aliens.
Aliens.
New information has come out this year, 2020. Not a lot of people have been talking about it.
So much, even like the last couple of years. Yeah. Was that like 2 years ago they came out with the Tic Tac videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird because like I feel like this year, because so much has happened with Corona and, the movements during the summer, and then, just recently with the storming of the Capitol, that, like, the aliens have just been pushed to the side. Well, no one cares about them.
Evidently, there was, in one of the bills for, like, the stimulus plans, someone because you remember it was, like, a 5,000-page bill they were saying?
Yep.
And somewhere in there was, like, a little caveat that the government has to release all information on UFOs. So will they do it? Probably not.
No.
But it is in there.
That will be the thing that they take out.
No, and it passed.
Oh,
the bill that passed said that the government, as of when the bill was signed, had 90-something days to release all information on UFOs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
It's been on all like the podcast news stuff.
You think they're gonna do it?
No, absolutely not. I mean,
they're gonna say they don't have any.
Yeah. How would we know?
Well, it's strange because we have none.
That's what it would be. But, like, you have, recently you had, like, a bunch of, you had the 2 Tic Tac videos that came out, and then you had the Israelis...
Tic Tac or TikTok?
Tic Tac.
Tic Tac.
It was the size of a Tic... It looked like the shape of a Tic Tac.
Oh, okay.
You've seen that one. It was on, I think it was on, like, CNN.
Yeah. The black and white one.
They call those the Tic Tac videos.
Oh, okay.
And then they have...
those were the ones that the Navy
released and said these are true UFOs. We have no idea what they are.
They didn't say unidentified flying objects. Yeah, they said that, but they didn't say that they were aliens.
No, they just said they're unidentified.
Yeah, they said that the videos are genuine.
Yes.
And there was 3 of these videos, right, that they all said all 3 videos were genuine, and they are all unidentified flying objects. But they didn't say they were aliens, so it was like, well, then what are they?
Well, I mean, and then when it comes to videos, there was also, I think 3 weeks ago, there was a U.S. Air Force pilot, flying around like they do. And he saw a strange object in the sky. It looked like a black diamond thing.
Yeah.
It could almost be like... It looks like a shiny rock.
Yeah.
And instead of taking a camera on the sophisticated camera on the phone, he takes out his iPhone and he starts recording the... You can see it on YouTube. And it's like a little floating rock diamond thing.
Huh.
I don't know how real it is, but,
Yeah, since he took it on his phone.
Yeah, it's a little suspect that the U.S. pilot broke out the iPhone to tag the
that's like half the problems with a lot of these UFO videos is like you don't know if they've been edited after the fact. At least with these, from plane footages, we know it's like from the actual footage of the plane. Yeah,
it looks very legit.
Yeah, and it's funny because I feel like it came on like CNN for like a day.
Yeah, like they don't.
And then it was just out the door.
Well, I mean, there might be a reason for that because it's like they released the story, right? It's cool, but how are you going to talk about that for 7 days in the 24-hour news cycle when all this crazy shit's going on? Mm-hmm. That's more, people going to keep their attention more. Yeah. It's more of like a fluff piece.
Yeah.
And then it goes away. They don't really dwell on it because I don't think there's not too much information that you can really go into.
Yeah.
And like all these UFO claims and everything to do with aliens, it seems like they don't really look into it deeply. They'll just say it, and then like you have like the fringe networks do that. They go in hard on it, but
well, somebody brought up too that one reason why they think that they might just say, "Oh, here's these videos; they're unidentified objects," is because they could be potential military experiments, and they're just not going to announce that they are.
Oh, come on! Look, the things in that videos are definitely not military. That thing's going way faster than anything possible.
Yeah.
I think the fastest...
Well, anything possible that we know of right now.
Well, I think it was like the fastest plane that flew was, I think, 700 miles per hour.
Mm.
And it's like, was going way faster than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where they're clearly probably high technology from us.
Yeah, but
it could be...
They had,
Or maybe it could be re-engineered alien...
Could be that. All right, I'll buy that a little bit more. Now I'm getting a little bit on board with it. Yeah. But I mean, I heard it was on Rogan, the guy that was supposedly piloted one of these... no, he was just a pilot that saw something. Mm-hmm. And then he was saying that the Tic Tac video was clearly an IF flare. It was like an infrared flare.
Yeah.
Because the way that it just goes in a straight line really fast, and it says like that's what he said it was.
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds plausible.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of look like, like a glare. Like it just does look like a glare.
It's just going straight.
Yeah, like it could be some kind of reflection. Yeah. I don't know.
Like the kind of thing that I would like to see is it just like stop on a dime and go.
I would like to see it any closer than like fucking thousands of miles away.
Like in person?
Like a close,
Just maybe seeing it in person?
No, I mean, I don't want to see it in person, to be honest. Unless they, like, proven to be safe. Or, like, they say that with...
Come on, man. You gotta be an adventurer.
I don't want to, like, go anywhere near that.
Come on.
Oh, no.
You gotta be an adventurer.
Dude.
It's the only way.
They get probed.
Yeah?
It doesn't sound fun. Not about it. They get experimented on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every abductee, like... The ones that sound credible,
it
was an awful dramatic experience. It never is like, hey, we went up there, we fucking drank beers, and
we just hung out.
Just hung out and had a cool time. It's like always like, they've given me these implants, ripped me open, and then stuck all these probes in me,
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fun.
Lots of butt play.
Yeah, a lot of butt play.
A
lot of sexual...
A lot of anal experiments.
No, I mean,
really weird.
We've been researching for this, so I was looking down the YouTube rabbit hole, and like, there's a couple of abductees that, like, this one guy, I think it was in the UK, but he's describing him getting abducted, and they put like a cup over his penis, and then he's like, oh, and then, they extracted fluids.
They extracted him.
Yeah, they extracted. Meanwhile, his buddy next to him is getting his torso ripped open and getting his organs out, and then like he's having a good time. Like the guy's like he's looking over. He's like, "What didn't you?" Like they wake up in the morning and they remember what happened during the abduction experience, and then he's like, "Dude, you didn't do anything. They were ripping me open and doing experiments on me, and you were just laying there. You didn't do anything." And he's like, "I couldn't move."
They were doing experiments on me too.
Like you have some weird, like even like one of the most famous abduction stories was the oh my god, I think
was it
Benny and Barney and Benny
it was a mother and father, right? And then the daughter, she now does
the daughter wasn't
abductions.
There. This was like the first one. I can't believe I forgot it. It's like Benny and...
Yeah, we watched that in that documentary.
Yeah. Well, when they have the hypnosis regression therapy, she's describing some fucking...
Barney and Betty Hill.
Barney and Betty Hill, yes. I looked up this... I watched up 2 videos and just can't place it. But, yeah. She describes some crazy stuff when she's walking around like another world and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and then she looked up at the stars and drew a picture of the constellation that she saw.
Oh yeah, that's what
and then determined that was an actual constellation.
The Zeta Reticuli. Yeah. And that was like where you hear the reptiles and shit from. Or the Greys are from Zeta Reticuli.
Oh really? Yeah. That's what they were. It was the Greys. That's what she was saying. It's like they're the gray people.
The gray ones.
The gray ones. They're short with the black beady eyes.
Yep, big head, big eyes,
head, small bodies,
small mouth, small nose, barely any nose.
Yeah,
they have some creepy looking greys. Like some of them, like they range from like a very mild, like ET friendly gray alien, and then they have like these monsters, like freaky.
Do you think they go from like docile to scarier as time goes on. Like in the 50s, it was probably like
friendlier.
friendlier.
They were described as Roswell. It was like childlike.
Yeah.
They didn't seem threatening. They were very small.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the scarier interpretations of it were just people, Hollywood. Just like thinking about, what if this was more reptilian? What was this? What if this is fucking absolutely terrifying? Because if the world's being invaded by little childlike greys with black eyes, I mean, it's like
laser guns just incinerate you.
I don't know.
Does it really matter how big they are? If they incinerate you.
It's like Attack on Mars. What if they were cute? It wouldn't.
Well, those guys aren't cute, and then
that's what I'm saying. I said, what if they were cute? They were kind of cute, but kind of horrifying in a cartoony kind of way.
Yeah.
They were, the way they talk is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the movie. I did like.
That was a great movie.
I like that movie.
I love that movie too.
Tim Burton, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie. One of the cases that I wanted to bring up was in 1950, Major Cunningham and John Lovett. Apparently they worked for the Air Force at a missile testing base in, I believe it was New Mexico. And basically their job is to go out there and collect debris from the missiles to test the debris. Apparently Lovett was grabbed by a metal arm that was dragging him up into the sky. 20 feet this metal arm had came down, pulling him up to this metal object in the sky. Major Lovett called out for the security team to come, and he was making no sense on the radio. So the security team gets there, they comb the area, they can't find Lovett. Radar systems showed that there was an unidentified object in the area. The body was later found 2 days later, 10 miles away from the original site. He was naked and apparently found mutilated.
Holy shit.
His anus and genitalia were removed surgically.
They always go for it.
The body was drained of blood. And some think that it could have been aliens. Others think that Major Cunningham did it with the help of maybe a doctor. And then others think it could be a cult.
Really?
Yeah. But basically, this was documented supposedly in the Grudge Report files. There's apparently 14 files with information. Apparently some information from 1 through 12 have been released, and some information from file 14. 13 has stayed highly classified and never any information has been revealed. And some say that this whole case is in the 13th.
Oh.
Now they say that 60 years later, that, over 60 years, but 60 years later, you still can't access, over 60 years, you can't access this file 13. And apparently, Cunningham and Lovett's names have been stricken from the Air Force archives, like they never existed.
No shit.
Though people around from that period said that they did. Strange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that. Cover up, possibly.
Possibly. We don't know. Some people say that it's all a fake. Some people say that these people did exist and that the government basically just hid the fact that they ever were there.
It does kind of sound like bullshit.
Yeah.
It started out
the
like
metal arm.
The metal arm just sounds so far-fetched.
The metal arm is off. It's like a War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it's not.
It came right out of War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
You know what, though? It sounds weird. The metal arm is probably more plausible.
This was 1950.
Yeah, no, but hold on. The metal arm sounds a lot more plausible than a tractor beam. You know? But if you hear these other accounts saying, this beam, especially, I guess this was 2 years ago too. I heard about this. They in South America, Brazil and stuff. They had these accounts of people getting, they'd see UFOs and then they'd get this tractor beam that would try to catch them.
Yeah.
But if they resisted really hard or grabbed trees and shit,
yeah.
they'd let go. No one got abducted, but they were these people getting fucking tractor beamed in and like were like running and shit. They get scared. There wasn't accounts of. I don't think anyone got abducted, but it was like fucking like 15 accounts of people almost getting abducted by tractor beams, so they just would get away.
It's just escape. The metal arm is the way to go there.
Yeah, because they got it. He didn't get away.
That guy didn't get away. He was drained of all of his blood.
But they were talking about like
His anus removed.
Yeah, I mean that's some. What if they got caught? Wow.
The thing about this is like I like somewhat believe is like there's a lot of detail in here for like that for like the 50s. I feel like
dude,
like the anus removed and I feel like that's just not that's a bugaboo. You don't.
First War of the Worlds did come out in 1953, right after.
Huh?
What?
First War of the Worlds came out in 1953. Right
so that was after.
I think that was the radio show came out at that time, right?
Something.
Yeah.
1950 was when this.
Oh, the movie came out.
Yeah.
This happened apparently in 1950. Also, some people say though, if it was aliens, think of in the 1950s. That if any government knew of aliens, they probably wouldn't mention it because one, they weren't even able to even go into space. So imagine like not even having the technology to go and meet your opponents.
Well, I mean, even now, we can't really stop them from like we can't like defend the airspace around the planet. Like it's still kind of rudimentary in ways of defense.
Yeah. But at least now we're making strides.
Isn't it weird too? Like the older, like in the 50s through 70s.
Yeah.
Like especially 50s. Like the accounts of the alien like abductions and UFOs, they sound so much more credible than they do as it got further along. And like even like video evidence, photo evidence seemed really cool, like really like look genuine.
Well,
but the newer shit is just so fake.
Well, it's probably
faker.
too the fact that it happened less than it does now. I feel like there's more people now who say they're abducted or have seen aliens, whereas before there was a lot less.
Yeah, well, now too. You
Right.
get a lot of freaking. You have a lot of people that are just like they're full of shit.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of. I think back in the day before it was real popular.
Also, there was no CGI. Back in the day.
Yeah.
There was nothing that they could edit these videos to add the stuff in.
Well, they had.
I mean, besides props or like hanging.
Well, I know this
above the
Yeah, I know,
the
like the
camera
little
to make it look like there's a saucer in the air.
The back in the 50s though, when it really started to hit off, like kick off. I think it was right after Roswell. It got really picked up. I think it was 70s, right? Roswell.
I don't know when it was Roswell.
I think it might have been.
Yes, I think I'm going with 60s.
Could have been.
What is it? Can you elaborate?
Roswell, the alien, the crashing,
The
crash where they apparently abducted the aliens. Well, they didn't abduct them.
1947.
Wow,
Yeah, it was early.
Wow. Well, yeah. Well, after that,
That's why probably
accounts.
1950. This.
Yeah, but like think about this. You hear the big story like Roswell crash, and then you have the Benny and Barry.
Barney and
Hill.
Betty Hill.
Bonnie and Betty Hill. They had that story that really popularized the abduction scenario. Because right after that, not much has changed in like the abduction accounts.
Yeah.
A lot comes from them, and then so I don't know. It could just be it gets in people's minds, and then they
Mass hysteria.
some degree of that.
Yeah.
Like some kind of hallucination or something. I don't know.
You think? Because they have said that too. That there's been studies of mass hysteria where if one person really believes that they've seen aliens, all of a sudden, a lot of people in the area also say that they've seen.
Well, you
too.
kind of
Same
like
things with like cults and stuff like that.
you make it real, like in your head. You make it real. Like if everyone around you accepts this as true, it kind of makes it true.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, and to some degree.
Yeah.
You know, at least in your mind. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that could be the case.
I think here's the thing.
Because like that's another thing. Like how you can't be, especially like there are so many people. Like you can't be the only person who sees this alien craft.
Well, they're not. And like, there's been a few accounts when like a lot of people see these, like, especially UFOs. Like, there's like the Phoenix Lights, a whole town seen that. Like, it was there for a few hours, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that didn't go anywhere. And then like you have different accounts of like radar blips that are, you know, genuine. They don't know what this is. And then you have like airplane pilots seeing lights in the sky. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are seeing something.
Well, going back to Roswell, right? I mean, that one, right? They originally announced it was a saucer.
They've done
that down, and then they retracted it later on, saying that it was a weather balloon.
Yeah. Because it's so easy to get a weather balloon mistaken with a flying saucer.
Yeah.
Yeah, an aircraft. I don't know. It's a little fishy.
Yeah. And apparently, you know, reused those, re-engineered those products to make the iPhones that we use today.
Fiber optics, night vision goggles, all kinds of shit. Yeah, I heard that. Because like right after that happened, like 100 years of like technology has just boomed ever since.
But you know, the exponential rate of technology has just
gone
crazy since the Age of Enlightenment. So I mean, that's just before people were like, it's not just God's will, it's science exists.
Yeah, but I mean, we went from like, once computers got good, it just went off.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, once
computers were able to solve problems way faster.
Once you get to that stage, it just gets easier. Yeah. You know,
and then obviously microchips have doubled in capacity.
And it just gets crazier and crazier. It's just, you're gonna get faster with better technology. But it was definitely a big jump from like, you know, even 1930s, 1940s to like now, like even like 50 years of that. Like 80s was like 90s got boom. You know.
Oh, I mean, you know, with the world of tomorrow, right? They weren't always
accurate,
right?
No.
They thought we were gonna be flying around in cars right now.
They thought that we'd have a space odyssey and had like vacations on the moon and shit. But
in reality, we're not supposed to leave our house.
Exactly.
A good point. That's funny.
We're not even vacationing to the moon yet. This is bullshit. Like, we were promised flying cars.
We can't.
What the hell's up with that?
Until we deal with the COVID. We can't spread COVID to the moon.
I'm worried about going to space and bringing something back.
Well, I mean, there's definitely a risk of that. You know, it's like...
anything that can survive the vacuum of space, I feel like is scary.
Yeah, it's very...
And that's what I wonder when objects crash land into the Earth. Wonder if they bring with them bacterias and stuff.
Oh,
like
sure.
Micro life that just all of a sudden now it exists now.
Well, there's a whole theory that an asteroid hit the planet with some degree of life on it, and all life stemmed from that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's almost like a giant symbolism of a sperm and egg.
Yeah.
You know, like the Earth is the egg and meteors that burst in the sperm and then...
boom! There's some rabbits for you. Boom! Monkeys!
Or, like, I think the theory was more that it was like some kind of fungus or something like that.
Yeah.
That they proofed into.
Well, fungus is the biggest organism.
Yeah, it is, yeah. We said that on the show, I think.
Yeah.
We went into that, yeah.
Largest organism.
It's like miles long, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And fungus is freaky.
Yeah, it is. They have like a hive mind. It's weird.
It is.
Freaks me out.
Freaks me out too, especially with the ant zombies.
Yeah, fungus zombies. Oh yeah, the ant zombies.
The ant zombies are fucking freaky.
Yeah, those are weird. And for those who don't know, there's a fungus that takes over the mind of a ant. When basically a spore lands on the ant and it infects the ant. The fungus then takes over the body, has the ant get close to the anthill, kill itself, and then just grow into another spore that infects more ants and keeps doing.
Now that's a fucking zombie apocalypse movie that I want to watch.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds pretty badass. I mean, the closest thing to do it with, of course, is The Last of Us. That's the name of it. Last of Us has the fungal zombies that kind of do the same thing, and pretty cool. Last of Us is awesome.
Yeah.
Great story.
I haven't seen that one, but I was reading that story that the name escapes me. That
the medieval, not medieval, but like
yeah, we go back in time, basically just regress to it go back into like an agrarian, feudalistic society.
And then fight the zombies with like horseback and swords, right?
Swords and spears
and shit. Probably the best way to go in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Fully armored.
Yeah, they started doing that with The Walking Dead. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Getting a little off topic.
For anyone, yeah. But going back, right? They had video during the Iraq War of aliens.
Yeah, I heard about that.
There was one of the footage showed Iraqi soldiers. So these are U.S. trained Iraqi soldiers, showing they're looking up through their night vision goggles. They're recording night vision goggles, and they see a plane that was closely followed by a glowing circle that doesn't look anything like a plane. It's like a full circle, like this. It's just like vroom, flying across the sky, going super fast, and like the shape of it is circular. So there's not too many things that it could be.
I think it was a couple of U.S. troops just want to freak out some Iraqis. They just tied a big old glowing orb to the back of it.
F-22 and
just zoomed by. The aliens are chasing the Americans. Holy shit! And it's just really like a glowing orb.
Freedom! They're on our side.
The aliens love us. Praise Zeta Reticuli.
Another video from Iraq shows people driving in a car. Using their cell phone, they see an oval-shaped craft just going like this and just suddenly moving over here, and then it just suddenly goes back. The footage, it's from a cell phone, so it could not be real, but the shape, it looks weird, and it's like kind of a little fuzzy. So
yeah, they all are fuzzy and out of focus. Some of them look really convincing, but
so here's another one. There's a video from a U.S. Humvee behind a tank, and there's an alien ship in the sky. The camera footage is good, and the ship looks like it could either be real or CGI, right? And then all of a sudden it just lights up the ground, like boom! You just see explosions, and then this thing just flies off.
Did you see the video?
Yeah.
I want to check that out. That sounds pretty bad.
It looks pretty cool. So these were all videos from Iraq. Another one shows 4 glowing balls like moving in a flight pattern all together. And this one was saw by a whole like town of people who said they saw the floating balls all flying near each other and off and away. Went miles and miles. They just watched it go from here all the way across in the middle of the day. And somebody has a video of it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Again,
could be fake.
Could be fake.
I love watching those videos. It is like, you know what the thing is too about this and all these videos? It's like, if you go online, there's a lot of them. Like going back even to like when cameras were first invented and you start seeing even pictures, it doesn't matter if 99.9% are bullshit.
Yeah.
You just need one.
Yeah.
Like all of these accounts that we even mentioned, if just one was real, then aliens exist.
Well, this one apparently is verified to be true. There was a group of U.S. Marines who were in Iraq patrolling, and apparently they saw beams of light, and there's a video through their night vision goggles of the beams just straight up and down, several in the area, beams going up and down of light. And so these beams of light were, they were verified, they're apparently authentic, and I believe this one was verified with the Navy along with those other videos.
Really? Like they said, like this is truly unidentified?
Yeah. And like in the video, you can see these Marines. They're like, "What the hell is this light? Like, what the heck is that? That's freaking weird." Like they're all just sitting there talking to each other while it's going on. Like, what do you think that is? They're just looking at it.
It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
They have another. This is way back in the day. This isn't recent, but I remember hearing it. I think it's called the Brockshire incident in the UK. It was like their equivalent to Roswell.
Yeah.
And it's like on a military base. It's on a U.S. military base in UK, and they have a squadron on patrol through the woods, and they see like a glowing orb floating above the ground in the middle of the woods, and they stop to go and investigate it.
Yeah.
And one of the soldiers has a tape recorder.
Yeah.
And he has a sketchbook and all this other shit. But you can hear him on the tape recorder talking. Now, I don't know, there's no video, and I don't know if it's bullshit or not, but when you hear him talking on the tape recorder, he's either the best actor ever, he sounds so genuine, and the people around him sound so genuine, it's like, I kind of believe he saw what he saw, whether or not, could be aliens or not, but he goes, there's a whole, look that up, that whole story is really cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, even going back to the U.S. Navy guys, I mean, the Marines, they seem like they just don't know what the hell it is. And then not one of them, though, like, ever thinks that it's aliens.
Well, there's a few. The guy in Rogan he was one of the big ones.
No, I know. I'm saying that these guys, not one of the three
guys those ones. Oh, in there, okay.
None of them think that it's aliens. And it's like, it'd be like the first thing I would think.
Would you see the people like, be like, it's fucking aliens.
Fucking aliens.
I've seen this movie.
We gotta get out of here, guys.
They're gonna take our assholes out.
They're gonna take our rectums. And then obviously one of the biggest news releases is from Hayam Ashad, who said that so for those who don't know, he's the former Israeli head of defense. He was also a part of their space defense program. And he said that the unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here because humanity isn't ready. So he's saying they've made contact.
Oh, I want to get. I've heard some more of what he said, but is that what else you have on that?
No, I have a couple of statements from him. So he had said that there's an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They have a signed contract to do experiments here. Also, Ashad added that President Donald Trump was aware that extraterrestrials exist, and he was on the verge of revealing it by accident, which would have caused mass hysteria.
I would have loved it, and it's such a Trump thing to do, to be like, just say it out.
There's aliens, okay? There's aliens everywhere.
Everyone, they're real.
Everyone knows. So they have been waiting until today for humanity to develop to a stage where they can understand. The general said that. So, space and what spaceships are, and apparently they are extending a hand to invite us into the Galactic Federation.
Why couldn't they wait like 2 years ago? They picked 2020 or 2021 to really get into this shit. But I mean, according to him though, I have heard that, like, he said something like we have space stations on Mars with the U.S. government. Humans are doing experiments with aliens in a cooperative, like, scientific endeavor thing. Yeah. And it's like, what?
It seems like from what he was saying that they've given just permission to the aliens to just do open experiments as they please.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, yeah, I know.
I mean, like,
you don't really have much to bargain with. If they can travel here, pretty much can do whatever they want.
I did want to get into that too, right? Like, with the aliens, I hate this misconception, or I think it's a misconception, because, it's just my opinion. But I've been looking into a lot of alien stuff, and especially with the Hayam
Ashad.
Especially what he was saying, and I watched a whole video about the shit that he was saying.
Yep.
And just because the aliens are more technologically advanced to travel here and to do all this other stuff, I mean, who made them then? Like, oh, they're not ready for us. Like, they sound too snooty. Like, at a certain point, we are fucking intelligent enough to figure some shit out.
Well, I think it has to do a lot with, like, and a part of this, apparently I've heard of, they said that they would help with the re-educating of society on, like, certain things. So what they're saying is, you know, this would cause a lot of hysteria because, one, you know, there's a huge portion of the population that is highly religious, and this would put doubt to many religions.
Let me jump in right there. I did hear about that, but I also heard that Americans would be pretty okay with it.
Yeah.
But a lot of other countries wouldn't because there's a lot more religious.
Yeah. Well, and
indications.
apparently a part of their plan, quote unquote, was like the movies, all the
slowly get them
slowly
thinking about it.
acclimated with aliens, and there's apparently, you know, good aliens and bad aliens, and you know, these aliens would help us progress faster.
Here's the thing, though, right? I hate it when people say this because I think it's like just anti-human or something. It's weird. It's like they look like an alien can look down on us, like we look on an ant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's bullshit because it's like an ant can't talk to me. Yeah. An ant doesn't have the intelligence to figure out how to build a house or like a computer.
Yeah.
Or do anything or manipulate elements like in the way that we do.
But it does to its own scale. In like
it can lift. It's very strong.
Yeah.
And they can build hives.
That's everything. So when they think of human, I mean, this is obviously assuming that ants can think.
Yeah.
But like, you know, they see a human, they're like, oh fuck, like that's advanced. The way we look at aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's different because, like, all right, let me use a different analogy. It would be like us looking at chimps. Like we can teach them to do rudimentary shit, like put a square peg through.
Yeah, but I think they would. I think the closer representation would be with ants, right? Because ants, they live and die at this hill, right? I mean, there's not much more outside of this hill that they know. Whereas Earth, our hill is Earth. We don't know much other than Earth.
I just think it's a poor analogy because we have language, like a extensive language that we can learn things like that.
So do some.
Yeah, but ants have a very rude, like it's just body science. Like it's not like a.
What I mean is
they don't have art, they don't have culture, they don't have politics.
We don't know that.
They might have ant artists. They might have an ant Picasso.
You don't know that.
They don't.
You don't know what kind of ant.
They do not have that.
They're
not that advanced.
They are very, very intelligent.
They're not.
Bees have like a whole way of
communicating. But it's not like they don't use words, say poetry,
You don't know that.
They don't.
They have a whole.
They don't. They can't write. They can't write things. They can't build computers. Like we can figure things out. It's not. It's a shitty analogy. I think.
I don't think so. I think I am with the camp that like if aliens didn't really exist, like if they wanted to, they could help us out maybe.
But they would have to want to.
They would have to want to, right? I think they would be coming by us and like, oh, these guys haven't even fucking figured out how to warp drive. They can't even talk to each other telepathically. They still use language.
Yeah.
Morons.
I mean, at that point, this is the thing, though. I don't know. Maybe they have some kind of implant that sends like, I don't know, like a Wi-Fi or a cell signal directly into their brain, and we just misunderstand it as what's it called? Telepathy. Yeah. Like maybe it's just digital. Maybe it's something like that. It
Probably
is.
Maybe it's like neuron.
Yeah, it's like a neural net, right? Yeah. So I mean, we have that. We're almost there to the fact that we're almost to the neural net stage of like probably like 100 years, maybe less.
Probably less.
And then we're going to be able to communicate through just Wi-Fi or whatever the fuck Bluetooth.
I mean, we pretty much already do with text messages.
That's what I'm saying. So the analogy between us and ants is like we're kind of there, and aliens could teach us how to do what they do.
Yeah, but just think they have technologies that can literally take them light years.
But if they teach,
we don't even have.
No, but
we're not even close to that.
Give us time, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, a couple thousand years.
I think it's probably less.
I don't think so.
We're almost to the point of telepathy.
Huh?
We're almost free to send thoughts to some other human.
Yeah, but we don't put enough effort, I feel like, into learning how to go
I think
space.
they do. I think there's groups of people out there that are really extensively doing this research.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, they make a lot of good points on there saying that, like, you think of aliens coming by and they're like us walking by, right? There's two ants and they're killing each other and, like, we don't care. It's like, that's how they feel, bro. They come here and they see two countries having war with each other. They're like, oh, look at those ants.
This is also something interesting to think about. It's whatever. It's like in the conversation. It's in the same vein, but I think Americans are like some kind of developed nation. I think it was Americans drove airplane over a section of, I think it was like the Amazon River or something like that. And they had seen a village that was...
in the Stone Age.
Yeah, pretty much in the Stone Age. And they didn't make contact with them. They closed everyone around them.
In fact, closed it off and then slowly started to, like, integrate...
Well, no.
Integrate them.
This one, they didn't... They just cut them off from the rest of the planet.
That's not what I heard. So
there's multiple tribes that they found this way, but one of them did.
In the Amazon, I heard that for one, they closed them off, and then they slowly, like, showed them, like, brought somebody out there, showed them how, like, little things, nothing to, like, blow their mind or because they clearly already saw a plane flying over. So they saw something that was like, and they like there's the video. It's like you see them; they're all looking up at
shit. What the
fuck is that?
Yeah. I mean, that's
how they just start praying to it.
Yeah. I mean, this. We're talking about different tribes.
Yeah,
I know, because like even there was another one. I think it was in World War II. A downed Air Force pilot crash landed in the middle of the Amazon or I think it was Africa somewhere, and there was just a tribe that was still like way cut off from the rest of the world pretty much. They ended up creating a religion around this crashed American. And it was like they thought this guy was like a fallen god. They'd never seen a white guy before that came from a fucking flying machine. Yeah. They thought this guy was a god.
Pretty sweet way to live life.
No, they found him.
Yeah, I know.
Because they couldn't communicate. Yeah. He just thought they were very friendly, and then like come to find out, like once they stopped to communicate with the tribe, they're like, they thought he was a fucking god. Yeah, and like no, he's an American.
American? What the hell is that?
The gods. That's the planet of the
gods. But this tribe, they like slowly had like UN
help them out, give them
go out there and like kind of just slowly not integrate them, but like show them what technologies and stuff they are. They never like pushed them but they studied them for a while. Yeah. Before they ever even went, they studied them for like years.
Dude,
like they would just like fly over like studying these
I think that happened, and then the one that I'm talking about, the tribe that they cut off, it was like a sanctuary for them because they thought that it was inhumane to bring them into the civilized world. Yeah. That's like it was like a court battle. Yeah. Like it was like a fucking
Well, also you have to think about like logistics, like they're in the middle of the Amazon. It's probably hard for them to integrate them into
because diseases too.
Diseases. Also to bring like there's no fucking roads there's probably no close.
That's a perfect analogy for why the like more alien to human thing. Yeah, it's just high technology. I don't see the aliens being so beyond that we could never comprehend it, or at least
I think
some of them. I don't know. I think. At a certain point, we can we get it. We've reached intelligence that we can get it.
I think they would be so. I think just the fact that they can travel solar systems makes them so far beyond where we are. That
I disagree. I think they can just travel.
Yeah, but that means there's a whole laundry list of technologies that we haven't even thought of.
But it's just different. You know, I mean, I don't think it's outside. All right, this is the thing. If an alien puts this in front of us, we could probably figure out how to reverse engineer it or figure out how it works.
Maybe.
We could understand how that works.
I don't know. It took them a really long time to figure out that crash in Roswell.
Well, it's a weather balloon. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. I just think it's
re-engineer that stuff.
We can figure shit out. I think we gotta stop
I think your human optimism here is really
No, I think it's just humans look down on themselves for some reason.
I don't think they look
I'm a
down.
proud human, and I think we're ready for the fucking galactic federation.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not full on to, like, there was a guy in that documentary that was just like, if you looked at humans, like, look at the way they act,
treat each other. Why would
treat each other, why would you even come out
we
here?
watched this documentary. What was the name of it? Do you remember? It was on YouTube, but it was like an awful documentary. But they are just shitting on humans. The humanity for like an hour,
Yeah.
and then they have like a normal talking heads of the UFO conspiracy stuff and talking about aliens and crop circles. But in the middle of the road, in the middle of the film, they show this old guy and he's like investigating some kind of town that they covered up because there was aliens there or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, we see people over in the distance," and then I shit you not, this guy gets his head exploded by a gun, like sniper bullet, right? I don't know if it's real or not, but it looked kind of real.
It looked kind
of fucking real because his head, you see the back of his head just fucking explode, right? And then immediately to the next scene after showing that, they're like, "Well, yeah, then that's why the government just doesn't want you to know about the alien menace and blah blah blah." Like, hey, let's rewind a little bit. Someone was murdered
on camera.
Like, let's put the alien conspiracy down a minute. Let's
was that about like the Men in Black? Was that?
I don't know. I think it was just like the government agents were just killing somebody that was. Well, maybe he was trespassing. I don't know.
Oh, that's right. He was like in an area that he wasn't supposed to be.
I don't think so because they cordoned off the town. I think.
Yeah. No. I think that was where he went out and like. He wasn't supposed to be there.
He probably wasn't.
Sounds like he wasn't supposed to be there.
Either way, this man was murdered.
Yeah.
Like, trespassing.
That's what happens if you go to Area 51.
No,
you get your head blown.
They raided it. All 50 of them doing the Dorito run.
They didn't really go in.
No, it wasn't really.
They got stopped at the
Yeah,
gate.
they're not going anyway, yeah.
They weren't going to get gunned down.
No. I mean, I think it was half a joke anyway. That wasn't really a serious thing.
I don't think, storming a heavily guarded
military installation
is going to work in your favor.
I don't think so.
I mean, and if there was alien testing there, I doubt it would be like in the open, Like,
probably deep underground bunkers.
Yeah.
Where the reptilians live.
Yeah.
In the inner planet.
Yeah, helping the humans.
Yeah.
There was interplanet stuff in that thing where they're saying that the aliens were living inside the planet.
Well, they were talking about the government having the giant underground burrowing machines.
Yeah.
And that they were talking about, I think Dulce might have been brought up with supposedly it's a giant underground military installation underneath the airport.
Yeah.
And then there's one of many underground massive facilities that like cross. They have tunnels that go across the world and shit.
But one of the ones that we were reading were talking about aliens that lived within the Earth. And those are the ones who do the crop circles. They apparently are doing it they do it from the inside. People think that they do it from the outside.
No, it sucks in from the Earth.
The magnetic things that are shooting from.
Oh my god, the lady describing this was like, oh my god.
Like when you have people like that,
you lose all credibility.
Being the head of
you just know she owns a shit ton of crystals.
Oh, yeah. Like so many. These were all charged right at the crop circles.
I could just feel it.
We charged these gems at
and everything she says, and everything she says sounds overly sexual. I get that vibe.
She seemed like just like a hippie chick.
Yeah, like a hippie chick. Yeah, like just
it was
flower
funny,
child.
she was just like she's like I went onto the crop circles and
that's
you just feel the magnetic forces going, like your hair just comes off.
His mannerisms was exactly, she's like floating and like, like as she's explaining it, it's weird.
It's because
that's called shrooms, guys.
Yeah, she does drugs. She does drugs before she goes there. She's all
about the crystals.
What's the stuff?
Crystal.
MDMA. She's on MDMA. Is it MDMA? The one that Joe Rogan.
DMC. No. DMT. It's DMT. Deltrethylphenamate. I want weird gay German from it.
MDMA. It's the ecstasy Molly drug.
FDMA?
No, that's not the one.
MDMA.
It's
MDMA?
DMT.
DMT? What is
Is
DMT?
Dimethyltristicate.
Is that the mushroom one?
It's like the one that's in your brain.
It's a powerful hallucinogenic drug, is DMT.
That's one that Rogan
that's what it
takes.
is.
Yeah.
That's the one that you have to use to go on your spirit quest.
No, that's the one that you use to talk to the elves, they're called.
Yeah.
And it's an interdimensional species of aliens that you can communicate.
Yes, remember?
At least that's what
one of them was saying.
Yeah, that's what Alex Jones says. He was on.
No, I know, but there was one alien that said that you have to use
One
that
alien that said that?
One. He could have been an alien. Oh my God.
He was.
One of the experts on there who was talking about.
Yeah. Oh,
you have to
did.
use drugs.
Yes.
To talk to the.
You know what? The most plausible, I believe. I think that.
So I forget who said it, but it might have been on Rogan or it might have been on that documentary we watched. But somebody said that they put mushrooms here for us to
Communicate.
I forget which kind.
I don't
of
know.
mushrooms it was.
There's a whole bunch of different conspiracies involving.
I think it was.
gods.
I think it was the red ones, the ones that are.
They're not the most potent.
They're not the most potent, but apparently people have like a lot of.
They'll trip you
spiritual
out.
ones.
No, it's
On
not the.
those ones.
It's a Cybrin.
Yeah.
That's not the red one. That's an ugly brown or like brown one.
Yeah.
It's not like the Mario one.
Yeah.
It's not that one. That one isn't used that often.
No,
but
I know, but apparently that one was. They say was left here by the aliens for us to communicate to them.
They also say that that's...
Probably have to be close to one.
I don't know if you've heard about this. Hold on. That the red and white mushrooms have a lot to do with Christmas.
Yeah.
Because like
heard of that.
one of them was like they would sneak in and put mushrooms under the tree, and that would be like Santa's gift.
Yeah.
And then like reindeers eat the mushroom and they trip out. And then,
yeah, the reindeers now eat them.
Like, even...
They do that on purpose.
While we watch, this has turned into the Rogan episode.
Yeah,
We just referring to Rogan's show so much. That was all on Rogan's show.
Yeah, that was all. So, going back to aliens, though. So, do you think that aliens exist?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do I believe in half the nonsense that's out there? I kind of buy the whole DMT aliens because I think that's kind of interesting when it comes to multi-dimensional thing. But I also believe at some point in human history, aliens have been in contact or have come to the planet. Maybe even Roswell. I don't know. But like, do I think we're in active communication with the government and all that stuff? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think the government really knows.
Shit right
I don't think the government really is in communication with aliens in any significant way.
Yeah,
but they know they exist.
Yeah,
I think the governments of the world know there's been evidence that UFOs are real, aliens exist, but they don't think there's like communication.
Yeah, I think it would be almost like ignorant of us to say that we are the only living. Intelligent living beings in the universe. Like, there has to be, with thousands and thousands of habitable planets, life on other planets. And I don't think that we're the oldest planet or the oldest solar system. So I think there might be well-developed planets out there that have life that are advanced. And I think that, you know, I mean, I know there's like a theory that we're like the first developed, but like I don't
believe it either. But it's scary to think that it's a possibility.
Yeah,
like it maybe who knows?
We won't know until we get out there, and that's the thing is I feel like because we haven't left this solar system, and there's just like so much more out there that we can't be the only ones. I think they're out there. I think that the government probably knows some more things than obviously these UFO experts.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I believe the government knows they exist.
Yeah. I mean, if I was in the government, I probably wouldn't tell anyone that they existed because I think that probably the people wouldn't. They probably wouldn't react to it well.
Well, it's not only that. It's like, it's blissfully ignorance. It's like, ignorance is bliss, is another word. It's like, it's probably easier for people to go on with their lives knowing that at any moment some cosmic alien threat could just come in and kill us all.
Yeah.
It'd be like a prelude to war, but constantly, because at any point these aliens could kill us.
Yeah.
But like there is all these anecdotal evidence in all these like UFO sightings and abduction cases and all. Even if one of them are real, one of like 1,000 of them are real, then there's been some documented cases of aliens interacting with humans even in modern times.
Yeah.
I believe that's probably true. But even if that is the case, they haven't killed us all yet. So
They clearly aren't here
to kill us all.
Yeah.
So either like we
But I think like they probably wouldn't. I think it's more of like they'd be studying us. You know what I mean?
sounds like it's
They're like, oh, look at this is an atomic civilization. They like kind of can do some shit, but they're like,
keep an eye on them.
yeah, let's just keep a watching eye on them, see how they do. You know?
Yeah, like I don't think it's like either that or we pose some kind of threat.
Or this is a prison planet for a warring.
Was that South Park?
No, I forget.
No, that was South Park. You throw all the bastard animals on a planet.
No,
Every
that's for a
planet
TV
is-
show.
Yeah, that's
For a
right.
TV
that's right.
show.
Yeah, that's right.
On South Park.
Yeah.
I think that was Battlestar Galactica.
No, Battlestar Galactica.
Wasn't it a punishment for?
Nope.
No,
Battlestar Galactica wasn't that.
no, I wasn't.
They all come. I love Battlestar Galactica. One of my favorite TV shows.
I don't know then. It must have been in a movie I watched, but one of them was like Earth was a like
I think it was-
humans were like an advanced and then they basically just stripped us of all the technology, sent us to Earth, and were like, okay, now you have as your punishment you have to restart from the
Scratch. Yeah, all right.
They wiped their minds of everything that they know and just like, all right, there you go, fuck you.
I don't know. I don't really subscribe to that, but
That's a cool theory.
you like that theory?
I don't like that we lost.
I mean, I'm just like, you're like, I'd buy that one.
I mean,
You human apologists.
it would make sense why we're so confrontational.
Who knows that the aliens are? There's probably 100 aliens out there fighting wars right now. And just as hostile as we are. They just can go faster than light and think they're better than us. You know, fuck them.
Fuck the Galactic Empire.
I don't like empires. I'm all about freedom.
Can't wait to join the Galactic Federation and fight them back.
Alright.
Join the rebellion.
Yes.
Oh, man. Aliens, though, it is a...
Crazy topic.
it's a crazy topic because it's like I was saying, it's like to believe that something so advanced exists really minimizes our existence.
I don't think so.
No?
I have a weird way of thinking about it. I'm just like, if aliens exist, it's just another life form. Like, we can talk to them, it's cool and everything like that, but they're not.
I don't think we'd be able to communicate.
I think we will. Someone as advanced as them can figure out the fucking language, you know?
Steven's so salty about aliens being smart.
I hate the misconception of it. It's just like, they're so hoity-toity. It's like, just because you fly around space,
Living inside of our Earth.
give us time, we'll get there, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't like how humans are already subservient to something that might not even exist.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a problem. Humans probably wouldn't be subservient. They'd just be like, no.
Oh, that's why they're blaming me for the fact that they haven't been already.
Steven, you're already inciting rebellion. We can't join this federation.
I won't bend the knee to the cosmos.
But you heard it here first.
Oh, yeah.
The alien information.
Viva la
It's out
resistance.
Viva la resistance. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe. We post tons of videos, and let us know if you'd like to see something else like this. Maybe talking about ancient aliens.
Ancient aliens. I love talking about aliens.
Or X-Files.
Or ghosts. More ghosts.
Or ghosts.
Demons.
Demons.
Get
There's so
dark.
much.
No, I don't
creepy.
fuck with demons. We don't talk about demons.
Yeah, demons are scary.
Yeah, demons are pretty scary, but
My
so
mom wouldn't
interesting.
like that.
Because they could be listening. Like right now. I'm listening, Steven.
Maybe the demons are aliens. Interdimensional ones.
We did see that video today.
We did.
There was a dinosaur alien
Demon thing.
demon.
I was like, if only you guys could listen to the commentary as we're watching.
Can we plop that in here?
Oh, I wish we could. I don't think we can. I don't know. I want to, but yeah, I would love to just comment on YouTube videos and of like the creepy found footage. Like, this is an alien. Look at this. It's clearly CGI.
Yeah.
And we're just ripping on it. It was fun.
Maybe we could do that for a video.
That would be amazing. We should probably do that. I would love to do it. It'd be so fun.
You're
But-
the nerd, man.
Yeah. But thank you guys again for listening. And like I said, just like and subscribe, and we'll bring you some more great content.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.